In lesson 6.9, we are learning multiplication of decimals. The last time we did some estimating, but you are going to learn 2 strategies for solving decimal multiplication problems. Let's start with our warm-up on our whiteboard. You can number 1 and 2. Remember, if you are multiplying, our decimal points are going to move to the right. If you are dividing, it's going to get smaller. If you're dividing up your candy, you're going to get a smaller quantity if you have to share it with someone else. So, what place do we, let's say this, 4 times 10 to the second power. Is our decimal going to move to the right or to the left? And tell me how many places and what would the answer be? Number 2, 900 divided by 10 to the second power. Which place is my decimal going to move, right or left? How many places and what would be my answer? Well, remember, 10 to the second power just means 100, right? So it's going to move 2 places to the right, 1 place for each 0, and 4 times 100 would be 400. How about number 2? How many places is my decimal point going to move? Because right now it's here. It's like saying 900 tenths. It's going to move 2 places to the left. 1, 2. What is my answer going to be? 9. Okay, maybe that will help you with this next set. Again, if we multiply, our decimal moves to the right. If we divide, our decimal point moves to the left. Remember, 805 is the same as saying 805 and 0 tenths. So go ahead and tell me how many places it's going to move the decimal point to the right or left, and what would the answer be? Pause your video. All right, number 1. We're multiplying, so it's going to move 10 to the third. Means 3 places. 1, 2, 3. It's moving 3 places to the right. My answer would be 3,700. I'm dividing, so I'm going to move to the left 3 places. 1, 2, 3. So it's moving 3 places to the left. My answer is 805 thousandths. All right, 2 more problems like that. Remember, moving to the right if you're multiplying, moving to the left if you are dividing. Go ahead and write how many places it moves to the right or to the left, and what would the answer be? Pause your video as needed. So 5 places, 10 to the 5th just means, here we go. If we're multiplying, it's moving to the right. 5 places, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to put some zeros in there, so it's moving 5 places to the right. My answer would be 7,900. I don't need to include that 0 there. 13 and 2 tenths times 10 to the 4th. 10 to the 4th just means that. We're dividing, so we're going to move to the left. 4 places to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, go ahead and wipe off your whiteboard. We're still working for just a little bit longer. It says Tori has 8 blocks. Each block is 1 2 centimeters high, 1 2 tenths centimeters high. If Tori stacks the blocks, what will be the height? So she's going to stack 8 of them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could use repeated addition, correct? This is 1.2, 1.2, 1 2 tenths, 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 1 2 tenths. Not the most efficient way. But if I multiply by 8, it's going to work a little bit quicker. So I'm going to multiply just like I would with normal whole numbers. 8 times 2 is 16. Carry my 1. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 1 is 9. If I take 8 times 1, it's 8. So I want my answer closest to 8. There's also another way to look at it. There is one number behind the decimal in my entire problem. I need one number behind the decimal point in my answer. All right, let's go ahead and start on journal, page 219. Multiplying decimals, estimation strategy. So this is the first strategy. Tori has 8 blocks. We did that one already. It says, solve problems 1 through 3 using the following method. Well, the first method is just to make an estimate. Multiply as if the factors were whole numbers and use your estimate to place the decimal point in the product. So the estimate would be, 76 and 1/10 is close to 75. 9 6/10 is closest to 10. 75 times 1 is 75 with 1 0 behind it. My answer should be close to 750. Now I'm going to actually go ahead and multiply. So 76. Now I'm going to multiply those numbers as if they were whole numbers. So over on the side you have room. 761 times 96. Yes, Mrs. Har is going to look that you multiply these out. So 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 6 is 36. Carry your 3. 6 times 7 is 42. 42 plus 3 is 45. Now put in your happy 0. And now the 9 needs to be multiplied by each of those numbers. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 6 is 54. Put down your 4. Carry your 5. 9 times 7 is 63. 63 plus 5 is 68. Go ahead and add those together. 6 plus 0 is 6. 6 plus 9 is 15. Carry your 1. 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. Carry your 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 6 is 13. Carry your 1. 1 plus 6 is 7. Now, where would we put our decimal point so our answer is close to 750? 730 and 56/100ths. Again, I will be expecting to see all of this work when you take a picture of your journal pages. Let's move on to question number 2. Let's make an estimate first. Remember, this is the strategy, is to estimate and then place your decimal point after multiplying as if they were whole numbers. 189 and 6/10. I'm going to say that's closest to 200. 1 and 75/100 is closest to 2. 200 times 2 is 400. Now I'm going to go ahead and write this number as if it didn't have a decimal point. This is a lot of multiplying, friends. So let's start with 5 times 6 is 30. Carry your 3. 5 times 9 is 45. Plus 3 is 48. Carry your 4. Now 5 times 8 is 40. Plus 4 more is 44. Carry your 4. 5 times 1 is 5. Plus 4 is 9. Now cross off each one of these. Next, we need to put our happy 0. The 7 needs to be multiplied by each number above, so 7 times 6 is 42, carry your 4. 7 times 9 is 63. 63 plus 4 is 67, carry your 6. 7 times 8 is 56. 56 plus 6 is 62. Put down your 2, carry your 6. And 7 times 1 is 7, plus 6 is 13. Not done yet, my friends. Now we're multiplying the hundreds place. So the ones place and the tens place needs to be occupied by my happy 0. Now the 1 is going to be multiplied by each number up above. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 9 is 9. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 1 is 1. Go ahead and add up all of these numbers. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 8 plus 2 is 10. Put down your 0, carry your 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 7 is 12. 12 plus 6 is 8. Carry your 1. No, yes, sorry. 1 plus 9 is 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. 12 plus 9, 21. Carry your 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 8 is 13. Carry your 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. Where are we going to put our decimal now so our answer is closest to 400? And we actually don't need these. We can leave those off. The answer is 331 and 8/10. You can put the zeros behind it. Doesn't change it. We're going to skip number 3 for now. We're going to move on to journal page 220. So our first strategy was to estimate and then figure out where our decimal point needs to be so that it's close to our estimation. The second strategy is to go ahead and just multiply them as decimals. So for problems 1 through 3, using the following method, multiply both factors by a power of 10 to make them whole numbers. Multiply the whole numbers and then undo the multiplication by powers of 10 by dividing the product by the same powers of 10. So number 1A, 76 and 1/10 times 9 and 6/10. Well, that would be no different than taking 76 and 1/10 times 10 to the what power? The first power, right? There's one place after the decimal. Times 9 and 6/10 times 1, 10 to the first power. This would give us 761. This would give us 96. So then you would take 761 times 96. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 6 is 36. Carry your 3. 6 times 7 is 42. 42 plus 3 is 45. Put in your happy 0. Now you're going to take 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 6 is 54. Carry your 5. 9 times 7 is 63. 63 plus 5 is 68. Go ahead and add those columns. 6 plus 0 is 6. 6 plus 9 is 15. Carry your 1. 1 plus 5 is 6. Plus 4 is 10. Carry your 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 8 is 13. Carry your 1. 1 plus 6 is 7. So the answer to the whole number problem is 73,056. But what we're going to do is we're going to undo by powers of 10. So right now the decimal point is behind here. We have 1, 0, 1, 0, so it moves 2 places to the left. 730 and 56 hundredths. Can I also show you something? In the whole problem, there are 2 numbers behind the decimal point. In your answer, you need to have 2 numbers behind the decimal point. Let's move on to one more on page 220. 189 and 6/10 times 10 to the first power to remove that decimal point, which then would be 1,896. To get rid of this decimal point, we have to move it 2 places to the right. So that would be 175. You're going to go ahead and multiply as if they were whole numbers. It's a lot, I know. That's why I'm cutting off one problem off each page. We're going to start with 5 times 6 is 30. Put down your 0, carry your 3. 5 times 9 is 45, plus 3 is 48. Carry your 4. 5 times 8 is 40, plus 4 is 44. Carry your 4. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 4 is 9. Cross those all out. Put your happy 0. Now we're going to start multiplying in the tens place. 7 times 6 is 42. Carry your 4. 7 times 9 is 63. 63 plus 4 is 67. Carry your 6. 7 times 8 is 56. Plus 6 is 62. Carry your 6. 7 times 1 is 7. Plus 6 is 13. Now we're multiplying in the hundreds place. So occupy your ones place and your tens place with a happy 0. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 9 is 9. 1 times 8 is 8. And 1 times 1 is 1. So we're going to go ahead and add those columns. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 8 plus 2 is 10 plus 0. Carry your 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 7 is 12. 12 plus 6 is 18. Carry your 1. 1 plus 9 is 10. Plus 2 is 12. 12 plus 9 is 21. Carry your 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 8 is 13. Carry your 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1. So our answer, if it were a whole number problem, would be, but how many places should we move the decimal based upon the exponents? Right now, the decimal point would be here. 1, 2, 3, 331, and 8 tenths, or you can put those zeros behind there. But watch this for a second. Count how many places are after the decimal point in our entire problem. 1, 2, 3. We need 3 numbers behind our decimal point.